Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee, at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a monster and get actual results today.
Welcome to the lee-honish Report, hosted by lee-honish. The lee-honish Report is a look at the real estate market and creating effective marketing plans for realtors or investors to get new listings and deals. Your host, lee-honish, has over 20 years of experience in real estate, banking, and marketing. Over the last 6 years, Lee has developed cutting-edge marketing and was named one of the most innovative marketers in America. With over 1 million views, Lee continues to be an advocate for the entire real estate community. Enjoy today's show.
So we're going to talk about how to get listings without door knocking, cold calling, or mailers. I'm not going to waste any of your time, and I'm going to get right into it right from the top. I just want to make sure you're seeing the same thing as I'm seeing. There we go. Good. I'm going to start with a data search for those of you that are here on time, looking at your screen, able to look at all that. I'm assuming safely that you can all hear me because my audio tells me you can hear me. So we're going to start right out of the gate with showing you people who need to sell their house. So there are basically a few indicators that will indicate that people will sell, right? I don't believe that an expired listing is an indicator, although it's one that many people use to determine, right? So the best indicators of someone who needs to sell their house in order with the least amount of competition are first and foremost those that have missed a payment on some level, NOD, notice of sale, auction, list pendants, any of those. Second is divorced. Third for me is expired, and I kind of flip-flop those on any given day, expired or divorce. And then I like FSBO in fourth position behind that. And then in fifth position behind that is probate. And the reason probate falls so low on the list for me is, I'm sure you guys know this, there are just many people doing probate webinars, and there are just tons and tons. I even do a probate webinar. It's not my primary go-to data source, right? So for those of you looking at the screen, I'm going to do a data search right now. I'm going to show you people who need to sell their house. These are people who are severely delinquent. They need a realtor. That's my primary go-to data source. I don't really care what your go-to is. If you want to work divorce, expired, FSBO, probate, doesn't matter to me. Okay, there are multiple ways of doing it. I'm just going to show you how I do mine. I have currently averaged one new listing per week. So we basically keep a portfolio. We try to close one a week. We try to pick up one new one a week. We try to do 5 appointments per week. Simple as that. I'm going to show you how I do it. First thing, and I'm doing this as a bonus for all of you that are here right at the beginning. We'll be done in a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to do the actual webinar. So you should be able to see the screen right now. I'm going to use the mega.realtytrack website as my base. It's just the one that I personally use. Some people use Property Radar. I prefer people who have a sale or an auction date. That's just me personally. They are by far the people that I've had the easiest time converting, the least amount of competition. Again, for those of you that are late, use whatever data source you want for what I'm about to teach you, but I just prefer it this way. Any of you want to give me a city or a location, and I'll do a search for you? You can type into the question bar, and I'll show you exactly how many people have a sale or an auction date. Now, the reason I pick sale and an auction date, I've been in this business since 1988, right? I started off as doing REOs and asset management. And the one thing I know about real estate that I can tell you since 1988, okay? I don't care where you are in this food chain of life, if you've been around since one-page contracts. My advice to you is simply this. As long as people make payments, there will be people who don't make payments. So what we're talking about in a current climate where it's difficult to get listings is go where people need to sell instead of people who want to sell, right? We already know that people are holding on to their houses. We know people aren't trading up. Why am I picking particularly notice of sale? They're people who have to sell. There is less competition. It's as easy as that. So it doesn't really matter where you are. I know some of you are in New Jersey and some of you are in Florida, so your numbers are going to be higher. I'm in Southern California, and there are still plenty of people out here for me to work with. It doesn't even matter where. This week I am working for a client that is in Los Angeles County, right? So I am going to do, just for the sake of doing it and having it, the areas that people claim they don't exist. Beverly Hills, Malibu. Did I get all of Beverly Hills? There's another sub-city as well, right? Nope, okay. And Santa Monica. So I'm basically doing the west side. I can fill it all in if I want. I can do it by geographic search. Did I blow right over it? There it is. And West Hollywood. Cool. So that's the area I'm going to do. I'm doing lifestyles of the rich and famous. Okay? Keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to use foreclosure details. I'm looking for those that have an auction or a sale date. The terminology is exactly the same. I'm also going to include those that have a notice of default. That's the same as a list pendants if you're on the East Coast. Just for the sake of discussion, everything but bank owned. So these are people who are severely delinquent. I've been lately been able to get listings from anybody who has missed more than about 3 months of payments right now. They're very easy to work with, and that's because banks aren't really handing out loan modifications. So I'm having a very simple time. Now, for those of you that are all hung up about whether or not you're doing short sales, you just change your loan details to change the characteristics, right? For the amount and the type. You can change the balances so you can make sure that they actually have equity so you aren't dealing with people that are underwater. I personally do not care. My investors would prefer that I find them short sales. That gives me the potential of getting both ends of the transaction. Everybody still with me? Show of hands, everybody's okay? I'm not going too fast. A couple of you are paying attention. Ken, Stacy, Deborah, you appear to be paying attention. So just checking in with you guys that you can still hear me, that everything's still going well. I know that I talk fast. All right. Catherine just checked in. All right. There are about 25 of you on the call and only about 4 of you on your screen. That's interesting. All right. So I've got the data. I've got it all outlined. All right. Good, Deborah. All right. So the next thing that I want to do is property situation. First and foremost, properties need to be owner occupied. My marketing will not work unless it is owner occupied. You must have it owner occupied. I do not want the property to be vacant, and I don't want them to have moved. I want to exclude deceased. Okay? Then I'm going to hit the calculate button. I just need 36 to tag. If I tag 36, I will get 3 to 5 appointments. I have 107. More than enough. That is 3 weeks of marketing pieces, right? If I break it down over a 3-week period, 30, 30, 30. Does that make sense for you guys? Here's how I operate. I'm a fan of working smart, not hard. So for every 30 plus tags I put up, I get 3 to 5 face-to-face appointments. I know that putting up 36 marketing pieces is about 2 to 3 hours worth of work. It's going to generate about 3 to 5 face-to-face appointments. Each face-to-face appointment is approximately 3 hours of work, right? Going to it, talking to the homeowner, converting, etc., getting back, collating, and keeping track of my paperwork. So that's another 15 hours. The reason I'm in real estate, the reason I coach, the reason I work from home, so that I have more time with my daughter. I'm a divorced dad, so my free time is important. So I am teaching you exactly my format, okay? 36 marketing pieces go out on Monday and Tuesday. That means that Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm going on my appointments, and it doesn't interfere with my existing deals, my existing transactions, I have coaching tomorrow. I have 1,000 coaching students. Okay. All of this stuff. So I want to fit it in nice and neat. I want you guys to look at the screen carefully. I picked Beverly Hills, Malibu, Santa Monica, right? West Hollywood. This is the elite lifestyles of the rich and famous in Southern California, as good as any area, price-wise, right? And I found 107 people who are severely delinquent on their loans to go and put marketing on. And we're talking an average list price of well over $750,000. So if I get one listing out of 107, okay, over a 3-week period, it justifies my existence. That's not how it works. I'm out to get one listing per week, right? So I've got 3 weeks worth here where I've got the potential of getting 3 listings. And I'm going to teach you that formula right now. That was just a bonus for you guys showing up on time. So let's get back to the webinar and show you how this actually works. For those of you who don't know me, my name is lee-honish. I have been in real estate and banking since 1988. I started off as an asset manager. I was around when there was a 1-page contract. Got my real estate license. I've door knocked, I've cold called, I have mailed, and it sucked. I don't even have anything friendly to say about those particular topics. I went back to work and worked at a bank for a little while. I was at IndyMac Bank. I was the head of loss mitigation for the HELOC division, taught people how to do short sales in 2007 for a company called Short Sale Genius. But in 2010, I became a private consultant. I went to work for myself, right? My daughter's old enough that she knows when I was gone, so I stopped speaking on the road. I wanted to be there. She took up gymnastics, actually. So I wrote a book. I created my own marketing. It's called Monster Marketing. I'm sure most of you have heard of it. It's around. It's a very simple process. It is a 3-step process. It's not difficult. Anybody can do it. Any skill level can do it. The reality is it's just how many appointments do you want on any given day? And that's the way Monster Marketing works. So this past March 31st, we are now celebrating 7 years of Monster Marketing. We have now close to 1,000 students. I can tell you this, you can go on Facebook and read hundreds of compliments. And if you go online, you can find all 4 of the negative, actually I take that back, 3. I have 3 negative comments over the last 7 years. I think I still am batting pretty well compared to most people out there. I don't think I could please all of the people all of the time. My job is to try to please 99.9% of all my students all the time. And the way I do that is by getting people face to face on a consistent basis. And I'm going to share with you transparently and openly how I do that by telling you Randall's story. This is Randy Kishore. He's in Orange County right now. When I first met him, he was in the Fresno area and struggling and working twice as hard to find a listing and make a deal. He moved to Orange County, right? Average median price increases exponentially to like $750,000. In the first